He ruined my innocence, stole my heart, but only for the sake of his white moonlight's tear. When I turned to leave, he went crazy begging me to come back. Contrary to common sense, late affection is cheaper than grass. This time, I just want to make him beg on his knees and not get it. Lily, settle the errand fee. I stood at the entrance of Global Tech Group President Ethan Foster's private party, my professional fake smile frozen on my face. Around me, there was elegant clothing and glittering hair ornaments, with toasts being exchanged. It was as if I was the alien who had strayed into the mortal world. Ethan, dressed in a haute couture suit, glanced at me casually, his eyes like he was looking at a dirty stray cat. Errand fee? A mocking arc appeared at the corner of his lips. He pulled out a stack of US dollars from his wallet and threw it casually on the ground. Bend down and pick it up. Whispers surged around like a tide, filled with undisguised ridicule and contempt. I bit my teeth tightly, my nails digging into my palms, trying to maintain my last bit of dignity. Running errands? Heh, running errands sounds nice, but let's be honest, aren't I just his cheap labor, someone he can summon and dismiss at will? For that pitiful tuition and living expenses, I endured it. I bent down and picked up the money from the ground, bill by bill. Humiliation wrapped around my heart like vines, squeezing me until I could barely breathe. Ethan looked down at me, his eyes cold and devoid of any warmth. The air froze instantly. Lily blew. His voice was deep and laced with amusement. Remember your place. You're just a errand runner. After picking up the money, I turned and left, my back ramrod straight. Tears welled up in my eyes, but I stubbornly refused to let them fall. Ethan Foster, you just wait. One day, I will make you pay for the humiliation of today. Returning to my empty rented room, I wearily threw myself onto the bed. The scene of my first encounter with Ethan uncontrollably appeared in my mind. At that time, he wasn't the aloof figure he is now. It was a rainy night. On my way home from work, I encountered a car accident. Ethan was lying on the roadside covered in blood, his consciousness blurred. I took him to the hospital and took care of him for a few days, running around doing errands. At that time, he was weak and fragile, like an injured cub. He would give me a grateful smile, gently call my name, and tell me about his dreams and aspirations. He said I was the light in his life. I once thought he was my light too. We cooked instant noodles together in a cheap rented house, walked to the library together to save money, and looked forward to a bright future together. Those days were poor, but they were the happiest times in my memory. But everything changed after Chloe Warm appeared. Chloe, Ethan's ideal woman, the daughter of a global tech group partner, a veritable rich and beautiful woman. The moment she appeared, Ethan couldn't see me anymore. He started to become cold, distant, even disgusted. I don't know what I did wrong. I just wanted to love him well and be with him, but my love seemed worthless in his eyes. Sighing, I forced myself not to think about Ethan. There are more important things to do. Today's errands money is barely enough for this month's living expenses, so I have to be frugal. I turned on the computer and started rushing the draft. In addition to running errands, I also work part-time drawing comics and contributing to some comic platforms. Although the income is not high, it can subsidize some household expenses. While drawing, I unconsciously reached late at night. I rubbed my sore eyes and got up to go to the kitchen to cook myself a bowl of noodles. I had just taken a few bites when my phone rang. I hesitated for a moment, but still answered it. Lily, where are you? His voice sounded a little drunk. Go home? Who allowed you to go home? His tone instantly became irritable. I'm telling you to get back here. Immediately, I frowned. Ethan, you're drunk. Drunk? I'm perfectly sober. He roared. What do you think you are? Just a dog I keep. I tell you what to do, and you have to do it. Ethan, my voice also turned cold. Please show some respect. Respect? He sneered. Do you deserve it? Don't forget who gives you money, who gives you a place to live, who lets you. I didn't let him finish what he was going to say. I hung up the phone directly and then blacklisted his number. I've had enough. I've really had enough. Ethan Foster, who do you think you are? Do you think money can buy everything? Do you think you can trample on other people's dignity at will? I'm telling you, you're wrong. I, Lily Blue, am not a plaything you can summon and dismiss at will. I have my dignity and my bottom line. I will no longer tolerate your humiliation, nor will I allow you to trample on my true feelings. I swear, one day, I will make you regret everything you've done to me today. Putting down my phone, I took a deep breath, trying to calm the anger in my heart. No, I can't let Ethan affect my emotions. I still have a comic to finish, and work to prepare for tomorrow. I forced myself to calm down and continued drawing the comic. However, Ethan's words lingered in my mind like a curse, constantly haunting me. You're just a dog I keep. Are you worthy? Don't forget who gives you money, who gives you a place to live. These words, like knives, were cutting into my heart, blow by blow. I admit, I need money, I need a job, I need a place to shelter from the wind and rain. But that doesn't mean I can be trampled on and humiliated by anyone. I am also a human being. I also need respect. And I also need to be loved. But Ethan can't give me any of these things. He only gives me humiliation, only hurt, only endless pain. Do I really have to continue enduring this? Do I really still have to love him? The answer is no. I can't love him anymore. Loving him further will only make me more painful and more humble. I want to leave him. I want to leave him completely. I want to start a new life. I want to live my own wonderful life. The next morning, I went to work with dark circles under my eyes. As soon as I arrived at the company, I was called to Ethan's office by his assistant. Lily Blue, the president wants you to go to his office immediately, the assistant said coldly. I took a deep breath and told myself to calm down. Now is not the time to fall out with Ethan, at least, until I find a new job. I still need this errand-running job. I arrived at the president's office door and knocked. Come in. Ethan's cold voice came from inside. It's Ethan. I pushed the door open and saw Ethan sitting behind his desk, his face terribly gloomy. Chloe stood beside him, looking at me with a grievance expression, her eyes red, as if she had just cried. Seeing me come in, Chloe immediately threw herself into Ethan's arms and cried even harder. Ethan, I'm so scared. She bullied me, Chloe sobbed. Ethan held Chloe, his eyes shooting an icy glare at me. Lily Blue, you know very well what you've done. I'm home, I replied blandly. I looked blank. What have I done? President Foster, please explain yourself clearly. Stop pretending, Ethan roared. The messages you sent to Chloe, and those photos, do you think I didn't see them? Messages? Photos? I was even more confused. What information? What photos? President Foster, what are you talking about? I asked, puzzled. Ethan picked up his phone from the desk and threw it to me. See for yourself. I picked up the phone and saw WhatsApp chat history displayed on the screen. The sender is Lily Blue, and the recipient is Chloe Warm. The content of the message is appalling, full of provocation and insult. Chloe Warm, you green tea bitch, you vixen, Ethan is mine. Don't even think about taking him away. Do you think you can do whatever you want just because you're pretty and from a good family? Let me tell you, Ethan doesn't love you at all. The one he loves is me. You just wait. Sooner or later I will drive you away from Ethan and ruin your reputation. Besides the information, there were also a few photos. In the photos, Ethan and I were acting intimately, looking like a couple deeply in love. But these messages, these photos, I didn't send them. I looked at Ethan in shock. President Foster, these messages and photos, I didn't send them. I have never sent these things. Ethan sneered. You didn't send them? Lily Blue, do you think I would believe that? It's your phone, it's your account, and the person in the photos is also you. What else are you trying to argue? But I eagerly wanted to explain. My phone was lost a few days ago. I suspect someone stole my phone and then used my account to send these things. Lost it? Ethan's eyes became even colder. Lily Blue, your excuses are getting more and more clumsy. Lost your phone? What a coincidence. Lost it at this particular moment? Do you think I'm a 3-year-old? Would I believe such nonsense? I'm not lying. My phone really is lost. If you don't believe me, you can check the surveillance footage. I can call the police. I can. I explained incoherently, and tears couldn't help but fall. Ethan didn't listen to my explanation at all. He grabbed my arm and dragged me in front of Chloe. Lily Blue, listen carefully. From today onwards, you are my girlfriend, he announced to Chloe, his tone domineering and unquestionable. Girlfriend? I was stunned, completely not understanding what Ethan meant. Ethan. Chloe also looked at Ethan with a puzzled face. Ethan ignored Chloe and continued. Lily Blue, haven't you always wanted to be my girlfriend? Now I'm giving you this chance. But you have to remember, you are only my girlfriend in name. In reality, you are still my errand runner, my nanny, my servant. I will make you serve me every day, take care of me, and make you pay for everything you did today. His words were like cold knives, stabbing my heart again and again. I finally understood what he meant. He didn't want me to be his girlfriend. He just wanted to punish me, humiliate me, and torture me. He wants me to live in hell, never to recover. Ethan Foster, you bastard, I roared, breaking free from his hand and running away. Tears burst forth, blurring my vision. I don't know how long I ran, nor where I ran to. All I know is that my heart is completely broken. Ethan Foster, you are really too cruel. Not only do you not believe me, but you also humiliate and trample on me like this. You really treat me like a dog, that you can bully and play with at will. I hate you. I really hate you. I still can't escape your grasp, and I still can't break free from your control. What on earth should I do? Back in the rental house, I locked myself in the room and had a good cry. When I was tired of crying, I lay on the bed in a daze. The things that happened today played over and over again in my mind. Ethan's humiliation, Chloe's grievance, and those unwarranted information and photos. All of this is like a nightmare, making me breathless. Am I really going to accept my fate like this? Really? Do I have to accept Ethan's punishment? Be his nominal girlfriend? Let him humiliate me? Let him torture me? No. I'm not willing to accept this. I'm not willing to let Ethan ruin my life like this. I want to prove my innocence. I want to let Ethan know that he wronged me. I want to get my phone back. I want to find the people who sent the messages and photos. I want to expose their conspiracy. But what should I do? My phone is already lost, and there are no clues. Besides, even if I find the evidence, will Ethan believe me? He believes in Chloe so much and dislikes me so much. Would he believe what I say? Thinking of this, I felt a deep sense of despair. Maybe all of this is in vain. Maybe I am destined to be ruined by Ethan. Just when I was about to give up hope, a thought suddenly flashed through my mind. Chaunwanha, Chloe Warm. It's her. It must be her. Only she has the motive to frame me. Only she could have stolen my phone. Only she could make Ethan dislike me so much. It must be her. To drive me away. To have Ethan all to herself. She would resort to any means to frame me. Thinking of this, I was suddenly filled with strength. That's right. I'm going to find Chaunwanha. I want to confront her face to face. I want to make her admit her guilt. I want to get justice for myself. I want Ethan to see Chaunwanha's true colors. I immediately jumped out of bed and started packing. I'm going abroad. I'm going to find Chaunwanha. Even if it's at the ends of the earth, I will find her, to prove my innocence. And for Ethan's happiness, I must find Chaunwanha. Yes, for Ethan's happiness. Even though he treated me like that, hurt me like that, I still love him. I hope he is happy, and I hope he can be with the person he loves. If Chaunwanha is really the person he loves, then I will help them succeed. As long as it can make him happy, even if I have to give everything, I am willing. The next day, I quit my delivery job, sold my manga drafts, gathered some money, and bought a plane ticket to go abroad. Before leaving, I sent Ethan a text message. Ethan, I'm going to find Chaunwanha. I will prove my innocence and show you her true colors. I hope you are happy. After sending the message, I turned off my phone and boarded a plane to a foreign country, in a foreign land, with a language barrier and no relatives or friends. I was like a headless fly, asking around for Chaunwanha's whereabouts. Fortunately, Chaunwanha is a somewhat well-known figure abroad, and after some twists and turns, I finally found her residence. It was a luxurious villa, located in a wealthy area, with tight security. I racked my brains to sneak into the villa area and secretly lurked near Chaunwanha's villa. After observing for a few days, I finally found an opportunity to sneak into Chaunwanha's villa while she was out. The villa was empty, luxuriously decorated, and magnificent. I carefully searched the villa, hoping to find some evidence about Chaunwanha framing me. However, after searching for a long time, I found nothing. Just when I was about to despair, I suddenly heard footsteps coming from upstairs. Someone's back. I quickly hid, held my breath, and waited quietly. The footsteps got closer and closer, finally stopping at the living room door. The door was pushed open, and Chaunwanha walked in. She was wearing a branded suit, with exquisite makeup, looking glamorous and bright, not much different from what I remembered. Seeing Chaunwanha, my heart started to beat faster. It's her. It must be her. I want to question her. I want her to admit her crimes. I took a deep breath and walked out of my hiding place. Chaunwanha, I called out coldly. Chaunwanha was startled, turned around suddenly, and showed a surprised expression when she saw it was me. Lily Blue? what are you doing here? She asked Ly. I'm here to settle the score with you. I glared at her. Chanwanha, why did you frame me? Why did you steal my phone and send those messages and photos? Why did you ruin my relationship with Ethan? Chanwanha was stunned for a moment, then added a mocking smile. Frame you? Ruin your relationship? Lily Blue, are you mistaken? Why would I frame you? What do you have that's worth me framing you for? She said disdainfully. Stop pretending, I said angrily. You were the one who sent those messages and photos. Do you think I don't know? You just want to drive me away and have Ethan all to yourself. Chanwanha laughed heartily. Lily Blue, you really think too highly of yourself. Ethan loves me. He always has. You're just a passerby in his life. An insignificant errand girl. Do I need to frame you? I just need to crook my finger, and Ethan will obediently come back to my side. Do you believe it? I don't believe it, I said firmly. Ethan isn't as shallow as you say. He's not the kind of man who only looks at appearances and family background. He loves my sincerity, my kindness, my— Enough, Chanwana interrupted me, her face turning gloomy. Lily Blue, I don't want to waste my breath on you. I admit it. I sent the messages and photos, and I stole the phone too. My purpose was to create a rift between you and Ethan, to make you leave him. How about it? Are you satisfied? I looked at Chanwanha in shock, unable to believe my ears. She actually admitted it. She actually admitted that she framed me. Why? I asked in a trembling voice. Why would you do this? I have no grievances with you. Why would you do this to me? Chanwan sneered. Why? Because I hate you. I hate you for stealing Ethan's attention. I hate you for occupying Ethan's heart. The person who should be standing by Ethan's side is me. The person who should be loved by Ethan is me. But you bitch, stole everything from me. I will make you lose your reputation and have nothing. I will make you disappear from Ethan's world forever. Her eyes were full of resentment, like a venomous snake spitting its tongue, making people shudder. I felt a deep sense of fear. This woman is too scary. She was capable of anything, even becoming utterly deranged, to get Ethan. You are truly terrifying, I murmured. Chanwanha laughed triumphantly. Terrifying? This is just the beginning. Lily Blue, let me tell you, even if you tell Ethan the truth now, he won't believe you. He will only think you are quibbling and framing me, because, in his heart, I am the perfect goddess, and you are just a humble errand girl. I don't believe it. I shook my head. Ethan is not that kind of person. He will believe me. He will definitely believe me. Is that so? Chanwanha raised her eyebrows. Then we shall wait and see. Lily Blue, I advise you to give up on this. Ethan will never belong to you. He can only be mine. Having said that, Chanwanha left triumphantly. I stood there blankly, my mind a complete void. Chanwanha's words were like a bucket of cold water, extinguishing the glimmer of hope that had just ignited in my heart. She's right. Even if I tell Ethan the truth, will he really believe me? He trusts Chanwanha so much and dislikes me so much. Will he really believe my words and doubt the goddess in his heart? I don't know. I really don't know. My heart is filled with confusion and anxiety. I traveled a long way to get here, found Chanwanha, and got the truth. But, can this truth really change anything? Can it really make Ethan and I get back together? I don't know. I really don't know. Filled with doubt and unease, I returned to China. I decided to tell Ethan the truth. Even if he doesn't believe me, I'm going to try. At the very least, I want him to know that I didn't lie to him, and I didn't betray him. I plucked up my courage and dialed Ethan's number. The phone rang for a long time before it was answered. Ethan's voice sounded cold, without a trace of warmth. Lily Blue, what else do you want? He asked coldly. Ethan, I have something to say to you. I took a deep breath and said courageously. About those information and photos. Actually, enough. Ethan interrupted me rudely. Lily Blue, I don't want to hear your excuses. Do you think I would believe your nonsense? I'm telling you, I will never believe you. You are a woman full of lies and deep scheming. I feel disgusted by you. His words were like a sharp knife, piercing my heart painfully. Tears welled up instantly, and I choked out. Ethan, why don't you believe me? I didn't lie to you. Everything I said is true. Those messages and photos, I really didn't send them. It was Chanwanha. Chanwanha framed me. Chanwanha? Ethan sneered. Lily Blue, you are really good at shifting the blame. I know very well what kind of person Chanwanha is. She is kind, gentle, and innocent. She would never do such a thing. But you, Lily Blue, you are unscrupulous and cruel in order to achieve your goals. You are the most terrifying, Ethan, you. I was completely desperate. And tears couldn't stop flowing. Why don't you believe me? Why? I don't want to waste any more words with you, Ethan said coldly. Lily Blue, I warn you, don't harass Chloe and me again, otherwise, I won't be polite to you. After saying that, he hung up the phone. I held the phone blankly, tears falling like beads with a broken string, continuously falling down. My heart is completely broken. Ethan, you really don't believe me. You really would rather believe Chanwanha than believe me. You really disappointed me so much. Just when I was in despair, my phone suddenly rang. It was an unfamiliar number. I hesitated for a moment, but still answered it. Hello, is this Miss Lily Blue? A gentle female voice came from the phone. Who is this? Who's speaking? I asked, puzzled. Hello, I'm Chanwanha, the other person replied. Chanwanha? I was stunned, unable to believe my ears. How could she call me Miss Lily Blue? It's like this. I have already returned to China, Chanwanha continued. Ethan misses you very much, and he asked me to pick you up. Ethan misses me? How is this possible? Doesn't Ethan hate me to the bone? Why would he miss me? You. Are you telling the truth? I asked suspiciously. Of course it's true. Chanwanha said with a smile. Ethan really loves you, but he was blinded by some misunderstandings before. Now that the misunderstandings have been resolved, he realizes that he wronged you. Miss Lily Blue, please forgive him. He really loves you. Chanwanha's words made me feel dizzy. Could it be that Ethan really believes me now? Could it be that the misunderstanding between him and Chanwanha has really been resolved? Could it be that we can really get back together? I can't believe it, but I can't help but feel hopeful. Perhaps things are really as Chanwanha said. Everything is just a misunderstanding. Perhaps there is still a chance between Ethan and me. With a glimmer of hope and a hint of anticipation, I accepted Chanwanha's invitation and returned to Ethan's side with her. Seeing Ethan again, he was still so handsome and so dazzling. But what's the use of hating? However, his eyes became somewhat unfamiliar and indifferent. He just glanced at me indifferently, then turned his head and enthusiastically embraced Chanwanha. Chloe, you're back. That's great. Ethan said excitedly. What should I do? Chanwanha snuggled in Ethan's arms, smiling sweetly, like a loving couple, but I, like a transparent person, was completely ignored by them. My heart sank to the bottom in an instant. So, everything was fake. Chanwanha didn't tell Ethan the truth at all. She was just acting, deceiving me. Ethan didn't believe me at all. He was still the same as before, only seeing Chanwanha and ignoring me. My hope was completely shattered. I finally understood that Chanwanha was right. Even if I told Ethan the truth, he wouldn't believe me. In his heart, I will always be just a humble errand girl, a woman full of lies. But Chanwanha is the goddess in his heart, the white moonlight he can never give up. If that's the case, what am I still doing here? Continue to endure their love? Continue to endure Ethan's indifference and disgust? No, I don't want to. I've had enough. I want to leave here. I want to leave Ethan completely, to leave this heartbreaking place. I silently packed my luggage, putting all my belongings into the boxes. Then, I dragged my suitcase and left Ethan's villa. Leaving this city, I returned to my old home in the countryside, back to that peaceful little mountain village. The air in my hometown is fresh, the scenery is beautiful, and the villagers are warm and simple, all of which make me feel extremely relaxed and comfortable. I rented a small house and settled down in the village. I started trying a new life. I started drawing comics. I started chatting with the villagers. I started learning to grow vegetables and flowers. Gradually, I forgot about Ethan and those painful pasts. I found that I can live well, or even better, without Ethan. In my hometown, I met Jamie May, my high school classmate and also my best friend. Jamie May works in the city and often returns to her hometown to visit her parents. After we reunited, we quickly restored our former close relationship. After Jamie May learned of my experience, she sympathized with me very much, kept comforting me, and encouraged me. She also often took me out to play and introduced me to new friends. Among them was her brother, Zane Jiang. Zane is a gentle, considerate, humorous man. He is very good to me, takes good care of me, and always silently cares for me and helps me. With his company, my mood gradually brightened up, and I smiled more and more. Jamie May, Zane, and I lived together, start a business together, and draw comics together. We founded a comic studio specializing in Jihu-style melodramatic short comics. Our comic style is unique, the plot is melodramatic, and the rhythm is tight. Soon, we were loved by readers, and the studio's business got better and better. I started to move away from the pain of the past and embrace a new life. I blocked Ethan's phone number and deleted all his contact information. I want to completely break away from him and start my life anew. Just as my life was gradually getting back on track, something unexpected happened. One day, I received a call from a strange number. The other party claimed to be General Mo, Ethan's cousin. General Mo told me on the phone that Chanwanha left Ethan back then not because of any misunderstanding, but because she had received money from Ethan's mother. Ethan's mother doesn't like me, nor does she like Chanwanha. She felt that neither Chanwanha nor I were good enough for Ethan, and she hoped that Ethan could marry a wealthy heiress of equal social status. So, she gave Chanwanha a sum of money and told her to leave Ethan and never come back. Chanwanha took the money and left Ethan, going abroad. Ethan, on the other hand, always thought that Chanwanha left him because of a misunderstanding, so he never forgot her. I was shocked to hear this news. It turns out that Chanwanha's departure was orchestrated by Ethan's mother. It turns out I've been kept in the dark all along. I finally understand why Ethan's mother never liked me, why Chanwanha suddenly left Ethan, and why Ethan is so hung up on Chanwanha. Everything stems from Ethan's mother's obstruction and sabotage. I felt a surge of anger and resentment. Ethan's mom, why would you do this? Why did you break Ethan and me up? Why did you make Ethan and me both so miserable? Are you really going to be so cruel? I've decided to tell Ethan the truth. I want him to know Chanwanha's true colors. I want him to know that he has been deceived by his own mother and Chanwanha all along. I dialed Ethan's number again. This time, the phone was answered quickly. Lily Blue, what's wrong with you again? Ethan's voice was still cold. Ethan, I have something important to tell you. I took a deep breath and said, about Chanwanha, about the truth of why she left you back then. I don't want to hear it. Ethan interrupted me rudely. Lily Blue, I warn you, don't slander Chloe again. Chloe is innocent. Don't even think about throwing dirty water on her. His voice was icy, and every word was like an ice pick stabbing into my heart. I looked at him, the man I once loved deeply, and the way he was protecting another woman at this moment. The last bit of warmth in my heart completely cooled down. Ethan Foster, my voice was frighteningly calm. I'm here today not to ask for your opinion, but to inform you of the facts. Back then, your mother gave Chloe a large sum of money to leave you, and after she left, in order to make you never forget her, and also to get revenge on me, she stole my phone, forged those messages and photos, making you misunderstand me and hate me. That is the whole truth. There was no wavering on Ethan's face, only deeper disgust and impatience. Enough, Lily Blue. Your storytelling ability is getting stronger and stronger. My mother, Chloe taking money? Do you think I'll believe that? Do you think you can use this to drive a wedge between Chloe and me? Let me tell you, it's impossible. Just then, the office door was pushed open. Chloe Warm walked in elegantly wearing a Chanel suit, with just the right amount of surprise and concern on her face. Ethan, darling, what's going on? I heard you arguing, she said, her eyes falling on me, instantly becoming aggrieved and scared. Lily, what are you doing here? Are you bullying me again? As she spoke, her eyes reddened, and she hid behind Ethan, on the verge of tears. Ethan immediately pulled her into his arms, protecting her like a treasure, and glared at me. Lily Blue, look at how you've scared Chloe. I warned you a long time ago to stay away from her. Now, get out of here. I don't want to see you again. Looking at this affectionate scene before me, I felt nothing but irony. The truth is right in front of him, but he turns a blind eye, preferring to believe a woman full of lies and deep scheming. Never mind, I've tried my best. Since he chooses to live in lies, why should I force him? Ethan Foster, I looked at him one last time, my eyes devoid of any emotion. You will regret it. Having said that, I turned around and left the Global Tech building without looking back, leaving this place full of lies and betrayal. Back in the countryside, life was still peaceful. My and Jamie May's and Zane's studio is getting better and better. Our comics have accumulated a large number of fans on the internet, and even publishers and film companies have contacted us to discuss cooperation. I completely removed Ethan and Chloe from my world, focusing on my career and life. Zane took care of me meticulously. He never pried into my past, but silently stayed by my side. using his gentleness and patience to slowly soothe the wounds in my heart. I know how he feels about me, but I'm not quite ready to start a new relationship. He doesn't pressure me either, just says, "Lily, I'll always wait for you." As time passed, just when I thought the name Ethan Foster would forever be a thing of the past, he reappeared in my life. That day, Jamie May, Zane, and I were in the studio discussing the plot of a new comic when a disheveled and dejected figure suddenly barged in. He had lost a lot of weight, his eyes were sunken, he had a stubbly beard, and he was wearing a crumpled suit. He reeked of alcohol, and there was no trace of his former suave and spirited CEO demeanor. Lily, he saw me, his eyes filled with complex emotions, and called my name in a hoarse voice. Jamie May and Zane immediately stepped in front of me to shield me. "Ethan Foster, what are you doing here?" Zane's tone was icy, with obvious hostility. Ethan ignored Zane, just stubbornly looking at me. "Lily, come back with me, okay? I know I was wrong. I really know I was wrong." "What were you wrong about?" I asked calmly, my heart without a ripple. "I shouldn't have distrusted you. I shouldn't have been deceived by Chloe. I shouldn't have treated you like that," he said painfully, trying to get closer to me. "Lily, my engagement with Chloe is cancelled. As long as you come back, I don't need anything. Let's start over, okay? The engagement is off? Huh, how ironic. He humiliated me for Chloe back then, but now he's running back to beg me to return?" "Ethan Foster," I said, looking at him, one word at a time. "It too late. It over between us a long time ago." "No, Lily, don't do this to me." Ethan grabbed my arm excitedly. "Give me another chance, please. I can't live without you." Zane abruptly opened his hand, protecting me behind him, and looked at him coldly. "Ethan Foster, please leave. You are not welcome here." Ethan looked at Zane protecting me, his eyes turning mad and jealous. "Who are you? What right do you have to interfere in Lily's and my business?" "Who I am is not important," Zane retorted without backing down. "What is important is that Lily doesn't want to see you now. Please leave immediately, or don't blame me for being rude." Ethan wanted to say something, but Jamie May also stood up and said, "Ethan Foster, you know in your heart how you hurt Lily in the first place. Now you come here pretending to be affectionate? It's too late. Get out of here." Ethan looked at our firm attitude and then at my indifferent face, finally realizing that everything was irreparable. He staggered back a few steps, his eyes filled with despair and pain. "Lily, do you really not want me anymore?" he murmured. I didn't answer, I just turned my face away. In the end, Ethan left dejectedly. Watching his lonely figure, I didn't feel a trace of joy in my heart, only a sense of peace as if everything had settled. Some people, once missed, are missed for a lifetime. Shortly after Ethan left, a shocking scandal broke out online. Global Tech President's wife Chloe Warm's Black History Hashtag the history of an intriguing scheming *TCH Hashtag taking money and running away, then turning around and biting back Hashtag scandalous foreign private life Various sensational headlines and evidence spread like a virus across major social media platforms. The exposé is detailed and the evidence is conclusive, including bank statements showing Chloe receiving huge checks from Ethan's mother, indirect evidence linking her to stealing my phone and forging chat logs and photos, and various photos and chat records of her chaotic private life and multiple relationships while studying abroad. Chloe Warm, once hailed as the perfect goddess, instantly fell from grace and became a scheming gold digger that everyone loathed. Global Tech Group's stock price was also affected by this, falling sharply. Ethan was overwhelmed, having to deal with the company's crisis while facing public condemnation and Chloe's breakdown. I looked at the bloody storm on the internet and didn't feel much. Karma, that's all. Jamie May, on the other hand, was very excited. "Great, Lily, look, evil has its retribution. That bitch finally got what she deserved." I smiled and said nothing. At this moment, Zane walked over and handed me a glass of warm water. "Feeling better?" he asked softly. I nodded. /MHM, He looked at me with gentle eyes. /Lily, there's something I want to tell you. I was the one who leaked Chloe's scandals. I was stunned, looking at him in surprise. You did it? Zane nodded, his expression calm. "Actually, I knew Chloe wasn't a good person a long time ago. After you told me she framed you, I had someone investigate her background. I found out everything. including her taking money to leave Ethan and all the messy things she did abroad. I kept the evidence and recordings. Then why? I asked doubtfully. Why didn't you tell me sooner? Why didn't you expose her sooner? Zane sighed and gently stroked my hair. Silly girl, if I had exposed her back then, that idiot Ethan would definitely have protected her, and might have even retaliated against you. Besides, that kind of punishment would have been too light. He paused, his eyes becoming somewhat deep. What I wanted was for them to be completely discredited and for them to pay the most painful price. Only by waiting until they got married, until Chloe thought she had everything under control, and then revealing all of this, could I deliver the most fatal blow to her, and also let that idiot Ethan taste the deepest pain and regret. This way, I can completely vent your anger and ensure that you will not be harassed by them in the future. I stared blankly at Zane. A warm current I couldn't explain welled up in my heart. So, he already knew everything. So, he had been silently guarding me in places I didn't know, planning everything for me. Zane. My voice was a little choked. Lily, he looked at me gently. I did all this just hoping that you could truly let go of the past and live happily. You don't have to thank me. This is what I willingly did for you. My tears could no longer be held back and fell. This time, it wasn't sadness. It wasn't grievance, but, moved/touched. I threw myself into Zane's arms and hugged him tightly. Thank you, Zane. Thank you. Zane hugged me back tightly, his chin resting on the top of my head, his voice gentle and firm. Lily, from now on, you have me. After Chloe's scandals were exposed, Ethan completely broke down. He couldn't accept that the white moonlight he had loved for so many years was such an unbearable woman, and he couldn't accept that he had hurt me so deeply because of such a woman. Anger, shame, remorse, a mixture of emotions ultimately caused him to lose his mind. Late one night, a drunken Ethan found Chloe. The two had a heated argument. During the argument, Ethan lost control and accidentally pushed Chloe off the second-floor balcony of the villa. Chloe was severely injured on the spot and sent to the hospital for emergency treatment. Although her life was saved, she became a vegetable and may never wake up. Ethan was also sentenced to prison for intentional injury. The once infinitely glorious global tech president was imprisoned like this, his future ruined. I was taking a walk with Zane when I heard the news. The glow of the setting sun shone on us, warm and comforting. I stopped and looked at the distant, rolling mountains, my heart filled with peace. Perhaps Ethan and Chloe's ending was their own fault. Their love-hate entanglement ultimately ended in mutual destruction, and I can finally let go of the past completely and embrace the future that belongs to me. I turned my head and looked at Zane beside me. He was looking at me gently, his eyes full of love. What are you thinking about? He asked. I shook my head and said with a smile, it's nothing. I just feel that things are really good the way they are now. Zane also smiled and reached out to hold my hand. Yes, it's really good. Several months later, Zane and I got married. The wedding was simple, and only the closest family and friends were invited. Jamie May is my bridesmaid, and she was so moved that she burst into tears when she saw me in my white wedding dress. Lily, you must be happy, she said, hugging me. I nodded with a smile. Yes, I will. At the wedding, Zane looked at me and solemnly promised, Lily Blue, I, Zane Jung, am willing to take you as my wife. From now on, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, I will always love you, cherish you, protect you, until the end of life. Looking into his sincere eyes, tears blurred my vision again. Zane Jung, I, Lily Blue, am willing to marry you. From now on, for better or for worse, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health, I will always love you, trust you, and support you, until the end of my life. We exchanged rings and kissed deeply. Sunlight streamed through the stained glass windows of the church, falling on us, warm and sacred. I know, my happiness has finally arrived. Not long after the wedding, I found out I was pregnant. Zane was ecstatic and spoiled me like a queen. Our comic studio also developed better and better, becoming a well-known brand in the industry. Zane, Jamie May, and I lived together in that peaceful little mountain village, drawing our favorite comics every day and living a simple and happy life. I sat in the rocking chair in the yard, gently stroking my slightly bulging belly, feeling the joy brought by the new life. Zane came over with a plate of sliced fruit and sat beside me, looking at me tenderly. What are you thinking about? He asked. I smiled and shook my head. I was thinking, it's so good to have met you. Zane leaned down and placed a gentle kiss on my forehead. Meeting you is the greatest luck of my life. A gentle breeze blew, bringing with it the fragrance of flowers. The pain of the past is gone, and my happiness has just begun. It's Ethan. Suddenly, public opinion was in an uproar. What is it? The sun is just right, and the breeze is gentle.